stocking to benefit our Teddy Bear Fun Drive. December 16th. Get tickets now.
8:49, it's Indiana in the Morning, and we have representatives this morning from the Indiana Players. Sharon, I'm going to have you, Sharon Smith, introduce our other two guests with us this morning, if you would.
All right. This is Matthew Mann.
Good morning.
And Tony De Loretto.
Hello.
Good morning, folks, and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, of course, we have a big production, and it's a little more special because it takes place here in Indiana. The It's a Wonderful Life play is coming up. Tell us more.
Well, it is a wonderful show. It's a Wonderful Life. We've got a great cast. We have a marvelous director, Katrina Caden, and Dave Cavill did our set design and a lot of the construction.
There's a huge cast in this particular production. We have, I think, 29 people on cast for this one. It's quite the shuffle throughout the course of the two acts that we'll be performing.
Now, when will the play be performed?
Well, the play will be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's 8th, 9th, and 10th, and then 15th, 16th, and 17th. And with shows starting at 7:30 Friday and Saturday and 2:30 on Sunday.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, most of us know the story of It's a Wonderful Life. Tell us the parts that you folks play.
Well, I play Henry Potter.
Okay.
And who's after 17 shows, 18 shows at the Players, my first as a villain.
All right.
And I was in the we did It's a Wonderful Life 25 years ago. I don't know if you remember that, but we did it for 3 years in a row, and it was a musical. And I was Ernie in that one, and we were fortunate enough to perform in front of the surviving cast of It's a Wonderful Life. Everybody except for Jimmy Stewart was there, so it was quite amazing. So it's nice to bring the tradition back, and it is a tradition that should stay in Indiana because it's born and bred here. It seems like Bedford Falls could be Indiana.
Matt, do you play who?
I'm actually Uncle Billy, the scatterbrained, lovable, but
Uncle.
The uncle.
Okay. And Sharon?
And I play Aunt Tilly, Uncle Billy's wife, the typical most loved aunt.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Who has Jimmy's part?
Terry Westwood.
Okay. All right. Now, how close to the movie is the play?
Well, they did change things. They changed because it's a shorter version of it. I remember when I was in a musical, it was a lot closer to the movie, but they made it. It's a shorter version of it, but it does hit the essential points of every scene. Every scene in there pretty much is from the movie, with the exception of a couple where they had a move like Ernie. I was Ernie the cab driver. And now in the play, he's Ernie the mailman.
Right.
Okay.
So they did have to change a couple things around, but not much. It's pretty much on point as far as all the main points go.
Are the lines from the movie pretty close to the lines that you guys use in the play, or did you make some changes?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
There's very minor changes, but for the most part, it's true to the original story.
Now, how about the sets? I imagine that was a pretty big project, right? They get the scenery and everything in place?
Yeah. In fact, this is one of the most unique small stage sets I've ever seen. There's a lot of moving parts, moving walls, bending, twisting walls. There's a lot going on, and it's going to be really interesting to see from an audience perspective.
And of course, you have a bridge.
We do have a bridge.
Yep.
Okay. You said a big cast. What's the age range from the folks that will be on the stage?
7 is the youngest one, all the way up to
70s.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you folks been rehearsing and working on this play?
5 weeks.
Usually, what, 6 weeks?
Approximately 5 to 6 weeks, give or take. We had Thanksgiving break in the middle there, so.
Now, as you mentioned, there's no music in this production, right?
There is
a
some
little bit?
singing. There is some singing.
Okay.
No solos or anything like that, but Christmas caroling
And there's some period 30s and 40s Christmas music for parts of the movie as well, or the show.
With us this morning on Indiana in the Morning, representatives from the Indiana Players. Their It's a Wonderful Life presentation is coming up at the theater located here on Philadelphia Street in downtown Indiana. What's been the most fun in doing this production for you guys?
Working with all the community members. This is a community-based operation, and everybody's really nice, and everyone gets along real well, and there's no strife or anything. Everybody goes there to do a job, and they have fun doing it, and having fun is the most important part of it all.
Was it difficult filling the roles? Did you get a lot of volunteer help and people say, I'll play that? And,
We did. We auditions were filled, and I don't believe Katrina had any issues casting. It's a good knit group, well knit. Yeah.
Now, the Indiana Players have been around for quite a while now. You're always looking for new folks to be part of the group. How does somebody do that?
This show up for an audition. They usually have auditions. Are always usually the Monday and Tuesday after the first weekend of first show. So, and anybody and everybody's welcome. There's a variety of you can do anything. You can do being behind in the crew. You can be acting. You can be a stage manager. You can direct. I mean, they're always looking for people. They always need people because this is a community-based theater. And volunteers are the key to everything.
I mean, even my 12-year-old son is running sound and sound effects for the show. So literally anybody.
Yeah. How wide of an area do you draw people into the group?
We have people from Marion Center area.
Terry's from Monroeville.
Terry's from Monroeville. He
And
comes
George
in
Bailey.
every day.
Yeah, he drives every day from Monroeville.
How about singers and musicians? I would imagine that they would be very helpful to the group, too.
Oh, absolutely.
We actually have one musician actually performing during the show. It's my
Yes.
daughter who plays Janie Bailey. She will be playing piano during the performance.
Okay.
Kind of cool.
Again, give us the hours and the days for the It's a Wonderful Life production coming up.
8th, 9th, and 10th, and then 15th, 16th, and 17th. On the 8th, 9th, and 15th and 16th, it'll be starting at 7:30 p.m. And on the Sundays, the 10th and the 17th, it'll start at 2:30.
Okay. How many does your theater hold? How many can you fit in there?
About 100.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could get
Like
some
that.
nice crowds,
Yeah.
right? And what did you say the next project will be after this?
The effect of gamma rays on man in the moon of marigolds.
Okay.
That's new. I didn't hear that one.
And you're looking for volunteers already to be part of that,
Yes.
right?
Auditions will be coming up, and we always need backstage.
Well, folks, we thank you so much for stopping by. Good luck to you, and that must be a special time for everybody that's involved to be able to do It's a Wonderful Life here in Indiana, Pennsylvania. I know that makes the
All right,
holiday
thank you.
specials.
Thank you.
All right, it's Indiana in the Morning. We are WCCS AM 1160, FM 101.1. We're brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. We're going to have some more guests in the studio next hour, and they will tell us about the Heart of Champion fundraiser that is coming up. And as we look at the schedule tomorrow, representatives of the Indiana County Department of Human Services, and we're going to talk to some PIAA basketball officials tomorrow morning here on Indiana Morning. So stay tuned because we're going to take another look at news. That report's coming up with the Fox Network. Josh will have Indiana County news. Jack will be along with some sports headlines, more sounds of the seasons in between as well. As we continue with Indiana in the Morning, WCCS AM 1160 and FM 101.1.
Safe Hunting PA in a minute. Brought to you by Ram.
From tracking big game up